2024 self-defense blades. Stick around. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Three River Blades. Please excuse my voice. I am suffering from a little bit of a cold. We are in the Northeast here, and it has been brutally cold, as I'm sure some of you are aware. So I wanted to go over some of the blades that in 2024 I purchased or thereabouts, and I've been using and EDCing, and the ones that really kind of struck a chord with me. Now, my blades are not going to be on there, but if you want to support this channel, it's very simple. Just go to threeriverblades.com, check out all the blades that I have up there. Go ahead and make your purchases. It is 2025, and we do have quite a bit of a selection for you to choose from. Anything from small blades to large blades to machetes. All right, so go take a look at that. All right, guys, so I'm going to drop the camera just a little bit to give you a little bit more of an idea of what we're talking about, some close-ups, that kind of stuff. Please like and subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. I'll try to put links down below to all these blades right here so that you guys can also purchase them. And if you purchase them from Amazon, I think I get like 2 cents on the dollar. So thank you very much for that. All right, guys, in no particular order, this is the Midwatch. This is by CV. It does come with a very large clip on the back. It is Kydex. Does have a nice retention there, N690. It does have this micarta, or I would like to say burlap type of style micarta see-through pinholes, which is kind of nice. And it does have a loop on the end. Very, very thin, very, very lightweight. It is a clip point, and it does come in a couple different finishes. This finish happens to be the subdue, but it also has a finish of black, which I find is really nice. I probably would have got the black one at the time if it was available. All right, so I like this. It's not that expensive. This one I did purchase from Amazon. The only thing that I'm going to say about this knife that I did not like was the sheath. The sheath comes with this big clunky type of tech lock. The retention is really, really good, but this tech lock makes it almost unbearable for such a small knife, a lightweight knife, and you have this big clunky attachment to it. So I'm going to change that out, but I did carry it in the upright vertical configuration, but you can carry it in a horizontal carry as well. So pretty decent knife right there. All right, guys, this is a CRKT Spew. Super, super lightweight. You can also use this as a neck lanyard. It does have a little fob at the end of there that's already braided when you get it. This is 15 CR MOV. All right, very, very small, lightweight knife. It is a hollow grind on there, and again, it does have some of that bead blast finish or a subdue look. This is G10, which is really, really nice. Again, this is a very, very small knife. You could use this as a necker. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you could wear on your belt. And that's exactly what I liked about it, was that it was so lightweight. When I put this on my belt, I forgot it was even there. It does come with the lanyard, which I took off, but it also came with this. This is another way to carry this knife. Again, you can carry it vertically or horizontally. I chose to carry it horizontally, and I had this on the left hand side, and it's very, very lightweight and thin, so it was made it really easy to grab it with both hands, even with this little lanyard piece that actually helps in the aid. If you just pinch this right here and pull it out, it sits perfectly in your hand. All right, so I did like that little attribute there. It's probably something a lot of people really don't think about, is that little lanyard, and it helps you out quite a bit. Molded injected sheath, not the best, but again, I know they're making a ton of these, and again, it has a little bit of rattle in it, but not really worried about it for the price. All right, so check that out. I'll put the link down below. All right, the next two blades are the Kernel style blades. All right, so you can buy these on Amazon, and you can also get them on the actual website. They do have some specials that are going on, and again, the idea behind these blades was designed for law enforcement and military personnel that didn't really need to have years to learn how to fight with a knife. and it has a very, very unique design. All right, it's pretty stout. I want to say almost 1/4 of an inch thick, maybe 3/16. I want to say on the thick end. It is or can be double-edged, but it only comes with one edge right here, and that's because most states will allow that. Some states do not. So you can sharpen the upper edge if you wanted to, and I'll show you that in a second. This happens to be the standard version, and if you can see at the end, it does have this little point. Not so much of a glass breaker or skull crusher maybe, but it also does allow you to wrap around your fourth pinky on there. All right, so that's really nice. This loop right here is what allows you to stick your finger in there, and again, it's oversized, so if you do have a gloved hand, which most people do use, especially in the winter time, you could still get to your knife and go to work. All right, so this is a very, very stout, has G10, very grippy handle. I do like the injected molded style, the injected molded sheets that it comes with. It snaps in there really nice, and it also has this very, very stout clip, mostly worn as an inside the waistband type holster, and then if you need it, you just pull it out and it comes right out. It is friction only, which is nice. All right, so this one is the standard and this one is the NCO. The difference between the standard and the NCO is that this has a smaller grip on it. All right, if you notice right here, this has an angle, this does not. It still fits inside the hand, but what I like about the NCO version of it is that there's nothing here to poke you in the ribs or in the stomach while you're wearing it inside the waistband. This has a metal clip, which I'm a big fan. I like that better. It does have a little bit more swivel options. And the only thing I did with this knife is I modified it just a little bit. Now you can see my modifications didn't go out as well as planned, but I did manage to sharpen both edges. Again, you have to check your state laws to ensure that you can have a dagger-esque type knife. Again, these are Marshall blades, so I'm not using these to open Amazon boxes. This is a hey, get off me kind of thing. I'm trying to, I typically carry a firearm anyway, but barring that, if I needed something to help me out of a bad jam, someone's on top of me, this will definitely work. Having a double-edged knife is great because if somebody grabs the blade, it's going to hurt them. All right, so that's the idea behind that. All right, so again, pretty decent. I like them. I think they're about $100. I think it's Aus 8 steel that they use for these. They might be producing them overseas. At one point, they went out of style, or I should say the production was they got so popular that they couldn't keep up the production inside the States, so they might have outsourced it. But again, I know a lot of people that like these. They're very, very well known in the law enforcement community because, again, I don't have to take years to teach you how to be a knife fighter. It works just like a gun. It fits just like a gun. So really nice. Good job on the Kernel blades. I'm a big fan of those. The next one should be no secret, Tops knives. Tops makes fantastic Marshall blades. I don't have all of them up here because I don't have enough space on my desk to put all of Tops knives. This is the Taliban Takedown. Again, as most of you guys know, I did serve in Iraq, and I had a lot of friends that served in Afghanistan. All right, so with the Taliban Takedown, it's basically a chisel grind or a pry bar. It's a mini pry bar. There are a lot of companies out there that try to emulate the mini pry bar, but don't really get it right. And in my opinion, it's either a pry bar or it's a knife. Again, being that this is a chisel grind, it kind of makes sense. It's one-sided, sharpened only, but this is a 3/16 1095 carbon steel, powder coated, obviously. But what's good about this is it actually has grooves in it. There are a lot of knives, especially even with Tops, that does not have finger grooves in them. And I understand that as a Marshall blade, you want to have as minimalistic as possible, but once your hand gets wet due to stress, due to sweat, due to blood, whatever the case, it becomes exceedingly hard to hold on to these things. The finger grooves help out with that. All right, it also helps with the forward motion so your finger doesn't slip off either. This happens to be in a Tanto style blade. It does have a little bit of serrations, which is nice, but again, very, very stout and small blade. The Kydex sheet is excellent, and it does come with a swivel clip. So again, if you wanted to carry it in the vertical or horizontal, it works very well. And I've carried this quite a few times, and it actually works very well for me. All right, so take a look at that. The next one is the Benchmade. Benchmade SOCP. Really just a tactical letter opener. All right, I do like it because it has the finger choil there where I can just put my finger in and grab it out. It is super, super lightweight. I think these are made out of 440 steel. I have to check my stats on that. But this thing is just super ultra lightweight. And what's cool about this is that it fits inside your pocket like a regular knife. You wouldn't even know it's there. And again, I've carried this many a times in my regular pants pocket, just like I would a folding knife. But because of the flatness on it, it sits really, really nice in there, and it allows it to just sit kind of deep. And then if I need something or something arises, I can pull it out relatively quickly. The blade's not too long. All right, it's about, I want to say about a 3-inch blade. It is double-sided. You can get these in brown, which is nice. So for the guys that want to wear them on their chest rigs, you can get them in brown. It's not always going to stick out. And again, it's not the most comfortable handle in the world because it is skeletonized. It does the trick. And again, what that allows me to do is if I needed to carry something that was very, very covert or very lightweight, I'm not worried about any type of thing sticking out. I just put it on the inside of my pocket and it works great. All right, guys, let's go back up top. That was my 2024 self-defense knife carry. I hope you guys appreciated that. I understand 2025 is already here, so I wanted to give you like what I was carrying last year. It worked really well for me. Again, depending on which knives. I have a ton of knives, so I'm going to do a couple of series like that. If you really appreciate this series, my top carry knives or my top hunting knives or something like that, I'll do that for 2025. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, guys. Please like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. It really does help the algorithms. If you want to support this channel, you can either go to threeriverblades.com, check out the knives I have up there, purchase whatever you like. It really helps support my family and this channel. Or you can become a Patreon member. It only costs you $1 a month. All right, and you get to watch videos like this before anybody else. Thank you very much, guys. Have a happy and safe new year. Hopefully you guys are prosperous this year. And as always, keep grinding.